Have you ever noticed how some things in your home just take up space but you can't seem to let them go? Over the years, old furniture, stacks of papers, and sentimental items quietly accumulate. It's easy for clutter to build up, but here's the truth. Before you turn 70, there are certain household items you need to declutter. Decluttering isn't just about tidying up. It's about creating a home that feels lighter and easier to manage. It's about aligning your space with the life you want to live. In this video, we'll explore 7 specific items that might be weighing you down more than you realize. Whether it's outdated belongings, things you've held onto out of habit, or objects that add quiet stress to your daily routine, letting go can bring unexpected relief. Remember, decluttering isn't about loss. It's about freedom, the freedom to breathe, move, and make space for new things that truly serve you. Let's dive in and discover how freeing your space can also free your mind. Let's get started. Number 1. Outdated hobbies and unfinished projects. Some of the most unexpected clutter we carry isn't furniture or clothes. It's the quiet weight of unfinished projects and forgotten hobbies. Tucked into closets, piled into corners, or gathering dust in spare rooms, you might find a knitting kit you started years ago but never finished. A set of painting supplies from a class you never quite had time for. A guitar resting silently in the corner, strings long untouched. Half-completed scrapbooks or woodworking tools from passions once alive but now faded. At the time, each of these items held so much hope and excitement. They represented dreams, new skills to learn, joyful activities to explore, ways to express yourself. And for a while, they fit beautifully into who you were or wanted to be. But life has its own rhythm. Our seasons change. And what once sparked our curiosity may no longer light us up in the same way. And that's okay. Yet when we leave these unfinished hobbies lingering in our homes, they can quietly become heavy. Not just physical clutter, but emotional clutter, whispering unfinished promises, unfulfilled expectations. Every time you walk past them, they might murmur, "You never finished this. You should have done more. Maybe one day." But here's a gentle, liberating truth. You are not obligated to finish every project you once began. You are allowed to grow, change, and let go. Your worth is not measured by hobbies completed or dreams pursued perfectly. It's measured by the life you live today and the joy you allow yourself to feel now. Take Marjorie's story. At 70, she realized her craft room was filled with supplies for hobbies she no longer felt drawn to, quilting projects half-started, art canvases untouched, gardening equipment she hadn't used in years. At first, letting go felt like admitting defeat. But as she sorted through each item with compassion, she realized something deeper. She wasn't saying goodbye to her creativity. She was making space for the passions that truly filled her life now. Travel, reading, spending precious time with her grandchildren. She donated most of her supplies to local charities and community centers, where others could put them to joyful use. And in doing so, Marjorie reclaimed not only her space, but her freedom. You can too. Imagine opening that closet and seeing space, not guilt. Imagine walking into that room and feeling light, not burdened. You deserve a home that reflects who you are today, not who you thought you might be once upon a time. So take a deep breath and ask yourself, does this hobby still bring me joy? Am I keeping this out of love or out of guilt? Could someone else breathe new life into this dream? If the answer leads you to let go, do it gently, proudly, and without regret. Because letting go isn't giving up. It's choosing to honor the person you are becoming. Number 2. Old papers, documents, and unused mail. Of all the types of clutter that quietly build up over the years, few are as deceptive or as mentally exhausting as paper clutter. Stacks of old bills. Folders filled with warranties for appliances long gone. Instruction manuals no one ever reads. Piles of unopened mail sitting on kitchen counters or tucked away in drawers, quietly whispering of tasks undone. At first, a few papers here and there seem harmless. But over the years, they multiply, creating hidden pockets of overwhelm throughout the home. And the weight of all that paper is not just physical. It's mental. Barbara, at 73, realized this when she tried to find an important insurance document one afternoon. She opened a filing cabinet bursting with papers, some dating back to the 1980s, old tax returns, receipts for appliances she no longer owned, expired warranties for items that had long since been replaced or discarded. Frustration quickly gave way to a sinking feeling. Why am I holding on to all of this? The truth is, most papers we save are no longer necessary. But sorting through them feels daunting, and so we avoid it year after year. Until the piles become mountains. Until the clutter becomes noise. Until sometimes it feels like your home, and your mind, can't breathe. Barbara decided to face it head-on. One folder at a time, she asked herself, is this still useful? Is there a reason to keep this? Could this be found digitally if I ever needed it? She kept only the essentials, important legal documents, health and insurance records, a few meaningful papers tied to significant moments in her life. The rest, shredded, recycled, or properly disposed of. When she finished, something remarkable happened. It wasn't just her filing cabinet that felt lighter. It was her spirit. Her mind felt clearer. Her home felt calmer. She had reclaimed not just space but peace. In today's world, so much of what once needed to be kept physically, bills, statements, receipts, can now be stored safely online. We no longer need to burden our homes or our hearts with papers from decades past. So I invite you to ask yourself, when was the last time I needed this piece of paper? Does it still serve a real current purpose in my life? Would keeping this make life easier or harder? Sort with kindness. Keep what's truly needed. Release what's simply been lingering out of habit or fear. And if unopened mail still arrives, create a new rhythm. Open it daily. Toss what isn't needed. File or respond to what matters, promptly and simply. Because the real gift of decluttering your papers isn't just a neater desk. It's freedom. Freedom from the quiet, constant hum of unfinished business. Freedom to move through your days with more clarity, more confidence, and more calm. If you're ready to clear space, on your tables, in your drawers, and in your mind, I invite you to comment below with the words, number 2. It's a beautiful way to declare your next step toward a more peaceful, manageable life. And if these reflections have been helpful for you, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell. We have many more uplifting journeys ahead, and I would be honored to walk them with you. Because you deserve a home and a heart as uncluttered and free as the life you are creating. Number 3. Worn out and unused furniture. Over the decades, our homes naturally fill with pieces of furniture, each with its own story. A cozy armchair where you once read to your children. A heavy dining table that held countless family meals. A dresser that traveled with you from your very first home. In the beginning, these items serve a clear purpose. They support daily life, bring comfort, and create a sense of belonging. But over time, as life changes, so do our needs. And yet, many of us continue to hold on to every piece, even when it's no longer comfortable, functional, or even safe. You might have a recliner that's been sitting and used for years, taking up space in the corner of the room. An oversized coffee table that you now carefully navigate around, wary of bumping your shins. A dresser with drawers that stick or wobble, making simple tasks feel like small daily battles. At first glance, it might seem harmless to keep these things. After all, they're familiar. They remind us of the past. They feel like part of the home's fabric. But there's a hidden cost. They slowly become obstacles, making your living space harder to move through, harder to clean, and subtly harder to enjoy. And there's another, more tender cost too. They can emotionally weigh you down without you even realizing it. Every unused chair and bulky cabinet can whisper a silent message. Things aren't as easy as they used to be. Let's consider Henry's story again. At 73, Henry had built a home filled with memories and furniture. Some pieces were gifts from loved ones, others were inherited, and many were bought during better, busier times. In the early days, his home felt warm and lively. But slowly, as family visits grew fewer and daily needs changed, his furniture stopped serving him and started surrounding him. It wasn't until his daughter gently pointed out that his living room held 5 chairs for 2 people that Henry paused to see what had been happening. With courage and care, he decided to start small. 1 room, 1 piece at a time. The rickety chair nobody dared sit in, gone. The massive, beautiful but impractical coffee table that made the room feel cramped, donated. Piece by piece, as Henry let go, something surprising happened. His home began to breathe again. And so did he. Walking through his house felt easier. Cleaning became quicker. The spaces he loved once again invited him to rest, to relax, to live. Here's the simple truth. Furniture is meant to support your life, not make it harder. When a piece no longer serves your current needs, it's not a betrayal to let it go. It's an act of love for yourself. Letting go of worn-out furniture doesn't erase the memories attached to them. The laughter around the old table, the countless afternoons curled up in that armchair, those live inside you, not in the object itself. And here's something even more beautiful. When you create open, flowing spaces in your home, you also create room for new memories to be made, joyful, present moment memories that align with who you are today. So I invite you to ask yourself, when was the last time I truly used this piece? Does it still bring me comfort and ease? Or am I keeping it out of habit or guilt? If a piece is simply filling space, let it go. Your home should be a place where you move freely, breathe easily, and feel deeply at peace. And remember, it's not about emptying your home, it's about filling your life with what truly matters. You deserve a home that nourishes you today, tomorrow, and for all the beautiful years to come. Start small. Trust your instincts. And notice how, with each piece you release, you reclaim a little more freedom and a lot more joy. Number 4. Clothes you never wear. Clothes have a way of weaving themselves into the story of our lives. A favorite sweater worn on chilly mornings. A beautiful dress that turned heads at a special celebration. A sturdy jacket that braved countless winters. Each piece carries memories, moments we treasure, times we miss, people we love. And yet, as the years pass, much of the clothing we once wore regularly quietly slips into the background. It remains tucked away in drawers, hung neatly on hangers, or folded into piles, untouched, unworn, but not forgotten. Maybe it's a suit that no longer fits the way it used to. Maybe it's a blouse you loved once but haven't reached for in a decade. Maybe it's stacks of t-shirts collected over a lifetime of events, vacations, and memories. At first, it might feel harmless to hold on to these things. But over time, a closet stuffed with clothing that no longer fits, flatters, or serves your daily life becomes more than clutter. It becomes a quiet source of frustration, a daily reminder of the past, and sometimes even an invisible weight you carry without realizing it. Your wardrobe should be a reflection of who you are now, vibrant, wise, comfortable in your own skin, not a museum of who you used to be. Linda's story is a perfect reminder of this. At 72, Linda's closet was packed to the brim. Dresses from the 80s still clung to their hangers. Jackets that hadn't seen the light of day in years stood lined up, gathering dust. Shoes, so many shoes, beautiful but painful to wear. Each morning, Linda faced her closet and sighed. So many options, yet somehow nothing felt quite right. Finally, she decided it was time for change. She pulled everything out, yes, everything, and made 3 honest piles. Clothes she loved and wore regularly. Clothes that no longer fit or felt good. Clothes she was keeping just in case. That just in case pile was the hardest. Because tucked inside it were pieces tied to different chapters of her life. Careers she had moved on from, parties that lived on only in memory, dreams she had outgrown. But as Linda gently let go of what no longer fit her life today, something beautiful happened. Her closet became lighter. And so did her spirit. Instead of facing an overwhelming wall of options each morning, she now sees only clothes that feel good, that suit her today, that make her smile. Imagine that for yourself. A closet where every item fits, feels good, and reflects the life you're living now, not the one you lived 20, 30, or 40 years ago. Here's the gentle truth. Keeping clothes you never wear doesn't preserve the memories. The memories are already alive inside you. And letting go of unworn clothes doesn't mean letting go of who you were. It means making room for who you are becoming. When you declutter your wardrobe, you give yourself simpler mornings, easier choices, greater appreciation for what you truly love. And even better, you give someone else the opportunity to enjoy clothes that would otherwise sit forgotten. A jacket that no longer fits you might warm someone else through a cold winter. A beautiful dress you haven't worn in years might light up someone else's special day. So today, I invite you to open your closet with new eyes. Ask yourself, does this fit my life now? Do I feel good when I wear this? Am I keeping this out of joy or out of guilt? If the answer is anything but joy, it's time to let it go, lovingly, gratefully, and with full permission to move forward. Because you deserve a wardrobe that celebrates who you are today. Radiant, wise, vibrant, and ready for whatever beautiful moments lie ahead. If this message resonates with you, I'd love to hear. Is there one item in your closet you're ready to let go of? Leave a comment below with the words number 4. It's a simple but powerful way to mark the beginning of your journey toward a lighter, more joyful home. And if you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification, so you won't miss the next steps we'll walk together. Your journey matters. Your voice matters. And I'm so grateful to share this moment with you. Number 5. Sentimental items that no longer serve you. Of all the types of clutter we hold on to, perhaps none pulls at the heartstrings quite like sentimental items. Old letters filled with handwritten love. Gifts from people long gone. Photographs of younger days, faded but precious. Souvenirs from far-off travels, tucked into drawers and forgotten. Each item tells a story. Each object carries a memory. And so, understandably, we hesitate. How could I possibly part with this? What if I lose the memory along with the thing? But here's a gentle truth. Memories don't live in objects. They live in you. Helen, at 78, had spent a lifetime collecting keepsakes, boxes and boxes tucked away in closets, under beds, and even filling a small storage unit. When it came time to downsize, she was faced with a daunting task. How do you sort through a lifetime? At first, it felt impossible. Every object seemed precious. Every item seemed necessary. But deep down, Helen knew she wasn't truly cherishing these items anymore. She was simply storing them, guarding them, burdened by them. So she made a loving, courageous decision. She would honor her memories, not by keeping everything but by choosing what truly mattered most. She sat with each item asking, does this still bring me joy when I see it? Does this piece still serve my life today? Am I keeping this out of love, or out of guilt? One by one, she chose to keep only the treasures that made her heart smile. Her wedding album, a few special letters from her parents, a small collection of meaningful souvenirs. The rest she released. Some items she donated, knowing they might bring joy to someone new. Some she took photos of, preserving the memory without keeping the physical space. And some she simply thanked for the role they once played, before letting them go. And in doing so, Helen discovered something beautiful. She wasn't losing her memories. She was making room to live fully in the present. You see, when we surround ourselves with too many relics of the past, we risk anchoring ourselves to times already gone. When we lovingly let go, we honor those times, but we also free ourselves to fully experience the life unfolding here and now. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing which parts of the past you carry forward, lightly, joyfully, without burdening your future. So today, if your home holds boxes of old mementos tucked away, I invite you to ask yourself, which of these truly warm my heart when I see them? Which ones have served their purpose and can now be released? There is no rush. There is no right or wrong way. Only your own heart can know which memories to hold close, and which ones are ready to fly free. Remember, the most important parts of your life are not tucked into dusty boxes. They are alive within you. They are written into the way you smile, the way you love, the way you move through the world today. Number 6. Expired medications and old toiletries. Sometimes, the most overlooked clutter in our homes is tucked away behind closed doors, in bathroom cabinets, drawers, and medicine boxes. Out of sight, out of mind. Until one day you're reaching for a bandage or a bottle of lotion and you realize it's all still there. Expired medications. Half-used prescriptions. Skincare products bought long ago and forgotten. It builds up quietly, almost invisibly, until one small drawer feels heavy with things that no longer serve you, and in some cases could even be unsafe. You see, medications have expiration dates for good reason. Over time, they lose effectiveness and in some cases, can even become harmful. Holding on to an old bottle of pills just in case may feel like a precaution, but in reality, it's a risk you don't need to carry. Robert, 75, learned this firsthand. Proud of his organized home, he never thought twice about his bathroom cabinet. Until one afternoon, while searching for an antibiotic cream, he realized the cabinet was filled with expired painkillers, outdated prescriptions and lotions well past their prime. The small task of finding what he needed had turned into a frustrating, even unsettling experience. Taking a deep breath, he made a decision. It was time to clear it all out. Piece by piece, bottle by bottle, he let go of anything expired, anything unused, anything that no longer supported his health and well-being. And in doing so, he found not just an organized cabinet, he found peace of mind. Because decluttering your medications and toiletries isn't only about tidiness. It's about safety. It's about simplicity. It's about ensuring that everything you reach for is exactly what you need, fresh, effective, and supportive of your health today. The same truth applies to skincare products and toiletries. That sunscreen tucked away from 3 summers ago? That half-used lotion that smells a little off? That beautiful bottle of perfume you haven't touched in a decade? Many of these products quietly expire without our realizing it. And every time we dig past them, searching for something we actually use, we add a small layer of frustration to our day. You deserve better than that. You deserve a home and a daily routine filled only with what serves you now. So today, take a few moments. Open those drawers. Look through those cabinets. Ask yourself, is this expired? Do I still use this regularly? Does this still support my health and well-being today? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go, safely, responsibly, and with gratitude for the role it once played. Because just like clearing physical space, clearing these quiet corners of our homes clears emotional space too, leaving room for greater peace, clarity, and care. If this message speaks to you, I'd love to hear. What's one item you know it's time to check or clear out? Leave a comment below with the words number 6. It's a powerful step toward creating a safer, more nurturing home. And if you're finding these reflections helpful, please subscribe and turn on notifications, so we can continue this beautiful journey toward simplicity and joy together. You deserve a life and a home that feels fresh, safe, and free. Number 7. Kitchen items you never use. The kitchen, so often called the heart of the home, can, over the years, quietly become one of its most cluttered spaces. Drawers brimming with utensils, cabinets packed with mismatched containers, countertops hidden beneath gadgets bought with good intentions but rarely used. At first, each new item feels full of promise. The juicer that was going to start a healthy habit. The bread maker bought during a burst of inspiration. The third, maybe even fourth set of measuring cups, just in case. But over time, these unused and duplicated items don't just take up space. They sap your energy. They make cooking harder, cleaning slower, and navigating your own kitchen more frustrating than it needs to be. George, 76, knew this feeling all too well. A man who loved good food and simple living, he still found himself overwhelmed every time he opened a cabinet. Blenders, toasters, baking sheets, mugs, pans, so many things crammed together that even finding a basic frying pan became a chore. One afternoon, after knocking over a stack of unused baking trays just trying to make lunch, George had enough. He made a brave choice. He pulled everything out, yes, everything, and asked one simple question of each item. Do I actually use this? The answers were sometimes surprising. That food processor used once years ago? Duplicate kitchen tools? Gone. Cracked mugs saved only for sentimental reasons? Released with gratitude. When he finished, his kitchen felt completely different. Clear. More peaceful. More usable. But even more than that, George felt lighter. The daily task of cooking no longer felt like a battle against clutter. Instead, it became what it was meant to be, a nourishing, joyful ritual. That's the beautiful thing about decluttering the kitchen. It's not just about tidiness. It's about ease. It's about reclaiming a space that should serve you, support you, and invite you in, not overwhelm you. And here's a tender truth. You don't need 6 spatulas to make a good meal. You don't need 3 blenders to nourish yourself or your family. You don't need cabinets stuffed to the brim to feel abundant. What you truly need is space to move, clarity to find what you love, and simplicity to enjoy each moment. So today, take a fresh look around your kitchen. Open those overstuffed drawers. Peek into the back of those crowded cabinets. Ask yourself, when was the last time I used this? Does this truly make my life easier? Would someone else be able to use this more than I do? Letting go of what no longer serves you in the kitchen is not wasteful, it's wise. It's an act of self-respect and self-care. Because you deserve a kitchen that feels open, functional, and welcoming every single day. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of this journey together, I invite you to take a quiet moment to reflect. Decluttering isn't just about letting go of things. It's about choosing the life you want to live moving forward. It's about creating a home that feels light, peaceful, and aligned with who you are today, not who you were yesterday. Each piece you release, whether it's an old chair, a forgotten hobby, or a box of memories, is not a loss. It's a loving step toward more freedom, more clarity, more space for the new joys waiting to find you. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to be perfect. Even one small action, one drawer cleared, one chair given away, one sentimental item thoughtfully released, can open up powerful new energy in your life. This is not about erasing your past. It's about honoring it, while fully embracing the beautiful life you are still creating moment by moment. So be gentle with yourself. Celebrate every step you take. And know that you are not alone on this path. We are walking it together with courage, grace, and gratitude. I'd love to hear from you. What's one small thing you feel ready to let go of after watching this video? Share it in the comments with the words, "I choose freedom." Your story might inspire someone else who's ready to begin too. And if this video touched your heart, please subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell notification so you never miss a new video. Like and share this message with someone you love. Because together, step by step, we can create lighter homes, fuller hearts, and lives filled with meaning, peace, and joy. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm so honored to walk this journey with you. Until next time, take good care of yourself. You are precious and your best days are still unfolding.